Welcome back to Schmattz Outdoors, everyone. This is going to be part one of a water check. It's going to be roughly half of the day's check. There's going to be some land animals in there. There's going to be some water animals in there. Part two of this video will be coming out on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. Obviously, if I got enough to split it into two parts, there's going to be a few catches for you guys to see. Enjoy the video. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Schmattz Outdoors. We are all ready to go for the morning. It was a long night skinning last night and a short night of sleep, so I don't know, I'll just flat out say it. I cannot handle more days like yesterday. Yeah, so I don't know what to do with the line. We're gonna pull a few muskrat sets today. I have a few in mind that just take me a long time to check and they're just kind of a pain to check. Honestly, yeah, it's a weird frame of mind. So while I was skinning last night, it took me most of 5 hours to skin everything last night. But while I was doing that, I had this frame of mind that I have what I call, I have a first world problem, but have too good of a line set out and I'm making too many catches that I need to pare back my line because, yeah, being out in the fur shed here until 11 o'clock last night, doing that over and over again and then getting up before 6 just doesn't work for me. My body just can't handle that. I'm tired, I'm stuffed up a little bit, which I think is a product of that. And the last thing I need is to get sick. So yeah, the only thing I did with the truck last night is I refilled my urine bottle. Everything else I think is ready to go. So we're gonna get out there. Like I said, yesterday was one of those, to me, once in a lifetime kind of days. You know, personal best on muskrats. You know, probably the best check on a line I've ever had, you know, with 11 land animals and then all the, you know, beaver and 54 muskrats caught. I don't expect that again today, but with all that said, the weather was pretty darn nice overnight. The wind died down to almost nothing right before I went to bed, and it's basically nothing right now. So I'm worried of what the water lines could be again today, and going into the day worried about what the line is going to do. And it's not worried that whether or not I'm going to make catches, I'm worried that I'm going to have too many catches, and that's a weird place to be, a weird mindset to have. But I don't know. Again, I can't expect the land line to keep producing like it has been. I just keep, again, kind of waiting for the shoe to drop. You know, the last couple of checks have been a little slower, you know, like, 4 land animals, something like that, caught in the land line. So to have 10 or 11 yesterday just kind of blows my mind. And it just, like I said, I keep waiting for it to slow down, you know, to get to 1 animal a day, which is kind of my normal yearly thing. But yeah, so with that said, like I said, we're going to pull a couple muskrat sets that I have in mind for sure. I don't know if there's more that I'm going to pull. I will not be putting out any more water sets. I'm pretty confident of that, unless, you know, the situation arises. Like yesterday I had the mink ate the 1 muskrat, so I did put a mink set in right there. In hindsight, I don't really like what I did there, so we're going to doctor it up a little bit, just make it a little better today on the way by. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be, there won't be any more muskrat sets being put out, and it's going to be pulling some. And the ones I'm going to pull are just ones that take a long time to check or kind of pain to check, and they haven't produced in the last 2 days. So, well, I say that, but, you know, haven't produced the way I wanted to for the amount of effort I'm putting in and the time I'm putting in. It ain't the effort, it's the time. So yeah, I just had a pit in my stomach all day yesterday as I was riding the line. It's like, man, am I going to get everything checked? And every stop, every set was set off. It was just, I don't, like I said, I don't know that I could handle two more mini checks like that. So I guess with all that said, like I said, I hope we got some catches for you guys. We're going to film what I can. That might be the only thing, is I just, after a bunch of these muskrats, if I start hammering them like yesterday, I might just leave you guys off. I don't need to be showing you muskrat catch after muskrat catch. Unless I find something interesting to show you, it's all pretty much the same. So that will speed me up quite a bit on the line if I'm not filming. So that might be the way I go today. Like I said, we'll film some to begin with, and depending on how the line looks like it's going, I might just leave you guys off for the muskrat catches. So hate to do that to you guys, but that's maybe the only way. I mean, it might speed me up as much as an hour just doing that. Well, that means I'm skinning until 10 o'clock instead of 11 o'clock. So, all right. With all that said, we're wasting time right now. Let's get out on the line, see what we got for catches for you. Well, all right, everyone. Landline has been dead up until this point. We're to the first water sets. I checked the two on the other side of the road and they're still working, but I can see so this foothold here still working, but I can see a tail sticking up right here. So this slough here, I got two sets right here, two down here, two across the road, and two behind me. Went 0 for 8 yesterday. I don't even think only one trap was set off. So the whole rest of the line, like, super produced, but not this slough. So I don't know. But yeah, here, we'll show you the catch quick. First one of the day. All right, we'll get him out of here, keep moving. We got a lot of sets to check. All right, we're to the other end of the same slough. So I just had the muskrat down here. Again, the two on the other side of the road are still working, but that looks like a catch right there. Foothold here looks like it's been turned, because again, normally I have them setting kind of so the bait is facing out towards the slough. So we're gonna move this one just a little bit because it's not standing real good. We'll get this guy here out of there and keep going. All right, everyone, I'm to the next slough here. But I can see we got one catch here. Must not, the trap is hung up in the bracket, so he didn't slide all the way down. So we got one alive muskrat here. Just trying to see what's going on. So I got a mink set right in there. I'm trying to see what's going on with. But right here's another one, so there's a muskrat. This one here. Oh, I had a pull out. Had a muskrat in there and got his leg twisted off. All right, we'll get all three of these sets remade, moved on. All right, so I'm to the other end of the same slough here. Across the road, I had two pole sets, and I just pulled those two. I think I had one catch in there yesterday. The day before there was nothing. Today there was nothing. So, and it sucks walking in there. The mud is like knee deep in there, and it's sets like that that are slowing me down. So we pulled two over there. My 110 is still working today. This one here, my foothold has got a nice little muskrat in there. So yeah, that's going to be my MO. Like I said, I'm just pulling a few of the ones that are take me the longest to check and that are not worth the effort, I guess. So I'm not going to be pulling a lot. You know, I ain't going to be pulling 40 sets. I'm going to be pulling a dozen or so is my mindset. So, all right, we'll get this guy out of here. We'll keep moving. All right, we're to the next slough. I checked the traps on the other side of the road, and there was nothing in there. But as I was standing, the 110 was set off, but the wind was blowing in there yesterday when I was here. But all of a sudden here, zoom, muskrat goes swimming like 3 feet right under the water, like a foot, but like 3 feet behind my sets, goes just cruising by. But I didn't have any in my sets, so it's like, oh, you little bugger. But over here, there's one right here. There's one right there. So we ended up with a double here again. Looks like a pretty good sized rat there. This one here somehow got my carrot knocked off of there, but there you go, and a pretty decent sized rat there. All right, we'll get these two worked back up and be on our way. All right, we're to the other end of the same slough here. On the opposite side of the road, just the 110 was set off, but again, the wind was just rolling in there. So with that in mind, the wind was blowing like this all day yesterday. Had 2 catches down there, and my sugar beet's gone here. We got 1 catch there. And then my 110's gone, and I could see the floater right down there. And there's a pretty nice rat there too. So 4 on this side of the road, that would have been on the downwind side. 0 on the other side of the road with 2 snapped off traps. So that's what the wind can do for you. I mean, right now there's almost no wind, so any set could work, but all right, we'll get these 2 out of here. All right, so we're down to this slough that's a couple hundred yards past where I was just making the catches. That's a telltale sign of a muskrat, and a good size doing 2. And then the foothold is set off here. Oh, there is a muskrat there. I didn't think it was actually anything in it, but there is a little guy in there. He was down in the weeds. So another double in here. I think that's maybe every check has had a double in here or something. And there's actually a muskrat swimming right over here. Right up in here he's swimming. All right, we'll get both of these remade. Get up. All right, I'm to this little bigger slough here. I got the sets all by that culvert. 2 sets on each side of the road and a colony trap. 110 was set off with a chunk of cattail in there. Wind must have blew a chunk in there. Otherwise, the rest were working with nothing in it. But I could see my float here. One of the traps is missing. Turn around over here. And there is a muskrat. So yeah, I mean, pole sets, baited pole sets, colony traps down there not working. Float made a catch. So we'll get this guy out of here and we'll keep checking the sets. I got some kind of across the road and some on the other end down there. All right, so I just checking the last float was right here, kind of by these weeds. It was right here. The other float I put on this side of the road. Again, I want to give these a true test. I mean, these are always good spots, or always have been good spots here and over there. So I'm kind of trying to compare spots I already know where catch muskrats. So then if I put my floats there and they're not catching any muskrats, well, then that tells me something. I don't want to put, I do have a couple kind of newer spots, or spots, you know, that maybe aren't as good, you know, to give that kind of the test too. But this is the first time, I'm pretty sure, that I got both of my traps set off here. Unless I did it yesterday and I don't remember, but right there's one. Spin it around. And right there's one. So a nice pair of muskrats on my float. Ecstatic to have them, like I said. I don't know, there's a lot of rhetoric online that say the floats don't work in the fall, but I think I've disproved that so far. I mean, in this slough alone, I had baited sets down here and a colony trap with nothing in it, and out of 2 floats I got 3 muskrats caught. So I don't know. We do have a few on the other side of this little approach here. We'll get these 2 out of here and we'll go check those. All right, here we're just had them 2 in the float right behind me. I got my couple pole sets over here. Both seem to be working. That one tent could be adjusted a little bit. But I got my mink set right here. Portable pocket. But my trap is gone. I don't see no catches. Oh gosh. Oh. As I almost fall down. You can see I stepped. The rock is right here. My foot apparently went between the rocks. And the rocks are slippery. And then it drops off like really deep right out here. I mean like 5 foot deep. So I gotta be cautious where I stand here. Alright. I'm surprised whatever got caught in here even made it out to the open water, because the wind blew all these cattails in here. Alright. Let's see if I can get my... See what we got. That does not look like a mink. And it's not. We got ourselves a pretty decent sized muskrat caught in my mink set. So we'll get him out of here and keep moving. Not a mink. Dang it. Well, this is an unfortunate sight. That is a twist off. Trap must not have come out of the bracket like it should out of. But I did get a big muskrat in there. Yeah, so that's a second twist off because I had one in my mink set back on one of the first zoos there. So, all right, we'll get both of these remade here and I'll try and figure out. It's funny because the first day I had problems with traps being knocked off without being set off, you know, just knocked off the holder. And now the last couple of days I've had problems with traps getting stuck in the holder and not falling off. So, and there's a perfect example of that. And then the trap didn't slide down far enough to get him drowned. Yeah, just unfortunate. We'll get it remade, get this muskrat out of here and remade. And I still have to check the sets on the other side of the road too, so. All right, we're just across the road from where I just had that twist off. Foothold's still working. Oh boy. So you gotta be real careful here. There's some really pulley rocks. Because it gets really deep really fast in this side, so. But I do have a catch here. Another nice big muskrat. You know, that one's probably an XL. The one on the other side, I bet, was a 2XL muskrat all day. I mean, I've caught a bunch of real little ones, you know, or some real little ones, you know, especially out by that one house, you know, that'd be basically in the next zoo I'll be in. But yeah, on average, the size of muskrats are up again this year, which is, you know, probably due to that I didn't hardly get to trap at all last year, so it would make sense that, you know, a lot of these zoos didn't get touched. The rats survived the winter, and you got a lot of bigger rats in here. So we'll get this set remade, be on our way. I don't know what is different about this year, weather-wise, the summer, whole, everything. I'm just going to show you this guy here, and then we're going to start checking muskrat sets again. But we had decently wet spring. You know, quite a bit of rain, honestly. And then we had, you know, a drought basically from middle of August until now. Well, until basically the last 10 days. We'd only had like a ½ inch of rain in damn near, well, what does it be? 2.5 months, all of October, September, and half of August. But there seems to be a ton of salamanders around, and that's a big one. I don't know anything about salamanders, but he's playing coy now. And it's cold out. It's only like 35 degrees out. Is he gonna move? There you go. So yeah, I don't know. There's been a ton of salamanders out. They're crossing the road all the time, all, you know, basically all fall since I've been duck hunting and everything else. They've been around. If anybody knows what kind of salamander that is, let me know in the comments down below. I'm not a salamander expert, so that one's kind of green tiger stripe, like kind of like a bullfrog. We have some black ones out here too, and I would say I've probably been seeing more of the black ones than this one, but you know, when you're just driving by, I don't pay a lot of attention. So, all right, on to the important thing. So I got my sets out here by this hut. I am pulling these 3 sets today. Just the time it takes to walk out there every day just is not worth it. And then down on the other end of this slough where I had the raccoon set, those sets are in only 8 inches of water. Probably shouldn't even have a foothold set there because the water might not even be deep enough to drown them, but we're gonna pull those 2 sets as well. When you get up that shallow, trying to figure out where I've been going through here. There just isn't any sign over there that there's muskrats way up in there in that shallow. Yesterday, one of the traps was set off. Obviously, the day before, I had the raccoon caught in there. Okay, and like these sets, it's not like it's taken me 20 minutes to get out here to check these 3 sets, but it's long enough, you know. Last night, when I was skinning muskrats, I skinned all 53 muskrats in an hour and 40, or no, 2 hour, no, what was it? 2 hours and 22 minutes. And I figured it out to be 2 minutes and 41 seconds a piece to skin a muskrat. Well, it probably double that for me to walk out here just to check these sets. You know, so that's basically 5 minutes that it'd be longer that I'm working in the fur shed at night. So, and again, typically out by these huts, you end up catching smaller sized muskrats. So this set's been set off 2 days in a row. So I actually moved which notch in the trigger it was set on. And today, bingo, we got a small muskrat, which was predictable. Like I said, for some reason, when I have trapped around huts in the past, I typically catch a lot of smaller sized muskrats. And I think that's the 4th one out here that's been small. There we got a little bit bigger one, but so 2 for 3 again today. At least they were all working and not set off with nothing in there. So, but again, I'm gonna pull these sets, go up, we'll take them all apart, get them in the truck, and we'll get on to checking the rest of these. Like I said, it just takes, it ain't that much time, honestly. I understand that I'm nitpicking, but like, if I could shave off even a half an hour off my line, gonna make a huge difference here. So, and I'm making plenty of other catches. I'm at 19 muskrats now for the day, if my count is right. So, all right, enough talking. We'll get these out of here, get back to the truck, and check the next sets. All right, so it's sets like these is the reason why I don't feel like I need those other sets out there. So I think the first day I only had one of the 2, but you can see a floater there and there's a floater here. So I'm in the same slough, just on the other side of the road. That one's not a very big muskrat. Then we got this guy. That one's a decent sized one. So yeah, I think maybe even the trap was knocked off on that foothold that first check too. So, you know, I had 5 and a knocked off trap. And then on this side of the road, we've done pretty well over here too. So again, we got the bigger slough. There's another bigger hut out here. They're building here, but I haven't really seen any fresh signs since I started trapping. But I've also been thinning the muskrats out here too, so that could be the reason why. There's a pretty decent muskrat there. Oh, he's not the biggest, but he's okay size. And then the foothold is set off here too. And that one's got a muskrat in there too. All right, so 4 more for the truck. We'll get all 4 of these remade here quick and get moved on. Well, again, I want to make the point that, like I said, I'm trying to give the floats a fair shake. So I made sure that I put them in spots that I knew, you're going to typically catch muskrats. Normally I'd step off of this guy and just stand in a pole set here and another pole set. Float, missing traps. Both of them are gone here again. So are these sets outproducing any of my other sets? No. But are they keeping up? Probably. Get it over here where I can get at it. Okay. Drop the chain. So there's one muskrat. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Just watching what I was doing, not you guys. And there's one muskrat. So 2 muskrats on that float again. So yeah, the floats are definitely working in the fall. So that's just the sets on this side of the road. I didn't even check the ones over here. So again, we just got the smaller part of the slough on this side. Yeah. Foothold's still working. My conibear here is set off. And that one's got a muskrat in there. And I have no idea how he got that far through that thing, because this thing had a carrot on the trigger. There you can see the carrot. So I don't know how in the heck he got caught quite like that. All right, we'll get these 3 out of here and get all these sets remade and moved on. All right, we're to the last set in this slough here. So out here, this is where I had the raccoon caught, and he was over here tangled up in these cattails. I can see my 110 set off. The foothold is still working. So like I said, the water's just super shallow over here. There's just not the sign. There's no huts or nothing. I mean, you can see all the mud flat and everything. So there just isn't the sign over here. And like right now, again, the 110 set off for a couple days in a row. Let's see, on this side of the road, I've been doing really well over here. And I can see 1 floater there and 1 set off trap. So we'll get down here and we'll show you and get these remade, and we'll get those 2 on the other side pulled. It's not that though, again, it takes so much time, but every little bit of time keeps adding up on my line. So, ooh, just a real little tiny guy today. And like I said, that one's just set off. So we'll get these 2 reset quickly, and we'll get those 2 pulled, and we'll be on our way. Well, again, we got another trap hung up in the bracket, but so we got a muskrat right here in my conibear. So you got 1 there. And we got just a little guy hung up, but looks like something's been eating on him here, which is not good. So who knows if it's a bird or a mink or what, but not a very big guy. Is caught by at least 2 feet, if not more, in there. So that might be part of the reason why he couldn't get himself pulled off of there, but we'll get both of these remade. I could see my conibear over there has something in there too. So we'll get these out of here remade, and we'll go check those. All right, so we're still by the same slough. I didn't really show a slough. It's a pretty good sized slough, then it narrows down, and then there's a pretty good sized slough on the other side out there too. So people have been putting their boats in and out of here. So I figured the mink is going to want to run like right on the edge of the water or on the edge here. So I put my portable pocket here. Oh, I need to. I got a muskrat caught in here. He is, where'd he go? Oh, he's right in here. He's right down in here. He's still alive. So we're gonna get him dispatched out of here, or dispatched, and then we'll go check those other sets over there. So I don't know if he's just. I'm not sure what is going on here, because my trap is not here, but there's still a muskrat right there. Oh, his trap is way up here. All right. So got tangled up almost right away. Got tangled up in a bunch of, oh, you could see he was up over here too. So my trap didn't slide down the grounder like it was supposed to. But it did. All right. Yeah, so he just got tangled up. The actual slider didn't go. He wanted to get to the deep water like he should have, but the slider didn't go the way it was supposed to. So we'll get this, like I said, we'll get him dispatched here, and we'll get, then we'll go check. Like I said, I could see one floating over here, so. Make it 5 for 5 in this slough. So I had 2 in my sets down over this way, down over here. And I got 1 there. Oh, that one's still set. And then I got 1 in my mink set right over here, so. All right, just the 1 floater here. Guess I could get out there to him. That looks like a good sized rat, a big muskrat. Come on. Pretty good sized pretty good sized muskrat in there. Once in a while, this traps, these Sun Valley Supply brackets, the trap hangs up in there with the muskrat, which I don't like, but if I could figure out how to get him to fall off consistently, I would. But we'll get him out of there and we'll get moved on. 4 out of this slough today, 4 out of it yesterday. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the first half of this check. This is part 1 of the video. Part 2 is going to be coming out on Saturday. Stay tuned for that. There should be just as many catches as what was in this video. So you're going to definitely want to stay tuned for that. Otherwise, tight chains, guys. We'll see you out on the line.